1 Chicago crossover missteps. Which characters were wasted? A couple fan favorites were not given much to do. 1 Chicago has a lot of characters and storylines to keep track of. It would be a disservice to the flow of a good crossover as every single person was accounted for, which means that some of them are going to have to sacrifice screen time for the greater good. That's what this article is about. We love these 1 Chicago characters, but they ultimately did not fit into the vision for what the 2025 crossover event looked like. It would have been nice to see more of them, but we get why they had to spend most of their time on the sidelines. Dr. Hannah Asher, Chicago Med. Dr. Hannah Asher, Jesse Schramm, has become one of the main characters on Chicago Med. She is always front and center when it comes to the action, which is what makes her limited screen time in the crossover such a surprise. She appeared briefly in the opener, alongside Dr. Mitch Ripley, Luke Mitchell, but she all but disappears in the second and third parts. We know there's plenty more with Asher to come in Season 10, so we aren't too worried. Plus, the shift did allow for some crucial and effective screen time with Ripley and Dr. Caitlin Lennox, Sarah Ramos. Dante Torres, Chicago PD. There was a stretch where we weren't sure if Dante Torres, Benjamin Levy Aguilar, was even in the 1 Chicago crossover. He doesn't appear until at least an hour into the special, and when he does, it's to do some research and provide Hank Voight, Jason Begg, with information about Al Capone tunnels. Given how active Torres has been in the past, especially when it comes to working in the field, it's a shame we didn't get to see him give chase to the people responsible for the storyline's explosion. Violet Mikami, Chicago Fire. Violet Mikami, Hanako Greensmith, was another character who popped up early and seemed as though she would be on the front lines. She was shown prioritizing victims who were in dire shape, and even saved someone's life shortly after arriving on the scene. Then, poof, she was gone for what felt like the entire second half of the crossover. There wasn't a ton for the Chicago Fire medics to do, since Chicago Med was on the scene, so we get why Violet was put on the back burner for the likes of Dr. Dean Archer, Steven Weber, especially with Archer being forced to amputate someone's legs. That was a gnarly scene. Kevin Atwater, Chicago PD. Another case of a Chicago PD character being boxed out. Kevin Atwater, LaRoyce Hawkins, has been part of the team since the pilot, but he succumbed to the same fate as the newer Torres. Atwater was present and got to listen in on some tense exchanges between Chief Dom Pascal, Dermot Mulroney, and Voight, but he didn't really get a moment to call his own. Overall, we'd say the PD team, with Atwater, Torres, and Kiana Cook, Toya Turner, suffered the most in terms of screen time. Given how good the crossover came out overall, though, we can't say we're too upset. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my Fast Gossip 24 to our channel, and stay with us.